Hey, we've got one of the sheep pastures to my right, and to my left, this stream. This is the perfect spot for an elderberry patch. I started this from cuttings several years ago, and it's so easy. Elderberries are one of the most simple things that you can propagate. Let me show you how. When we moved into the property about 8 years ago, I bought my first elderberry bush, and I did no research, so I had no idea how tall they would get or how often they would send up shoots. So I planted it near my front door, thinking it would be awesome to have an elderberry right outside. Well, it started to spread and send up new shoots very quickly. Next to your house is not the place for an elderberry. So what I do now is, because digging up the root ball didn't work, is I take the new shoots and I use this as a plant for cuttings. This is an Adams 2, and I take a lot of cuttings here, and they do really well. Elderberry is one of the easiest plants you can propagate. In fact, that little elderberry patch that I showed you at the beginning of this video was taken from these cuttings. Now note that you're going to want to have more than one variety of elderberry to get the best yield. So while this is Adams 2, I also have a Bob Gordon on the property, and this year I'm adding Pocahontas. To get elderberry cuttings, you want to get new wood. You also need a clean pair of pruners. All we do to cut the elderberry is go to the soil line. I then cut at a 45-degree angle. This is really important. Use your clippers and make sure that you get a clean cut. Do you see all of these little nodes on the side of the cutting? That's just like a tomato plant. They're all future root buds. Now the new wood or the new shoot that I cut is quite tall already, and it has root buds all along the stem line. That means I can make multiple cuttings from the same shoot. I'm going to work throughout the cutting and create new 45-degree cuts. And I'm going to do this in sections of around 8 to 10 inches. Once you have your cuttings, there are 3 ways to get them going. The first is just to stick them in water. A vase full of water that's changed regularly to keep it nice and clean and algae-free will help to create roots coming off of these little buds. From there, you can then put it in the ground, or you can start it in pots. The other thing you can do is stick the cutting directly into a small pot filled with your favorite potting soil or compost, and it will root from there. The third option is just to stick these right in the ground. So many people have success taking their cuttings and seriously just putting them into the ground in a prepared planting hole, and then they take off from there. There are some folks who say that from cuttings they see a harvest of a few berries the first year. These plants grow fast. I have found that it's best to let them get established before you do any harvesting, and then by year 2 you should hopefully have more berry clusters. Thanks so much for joining me today. I am going to go take these inside and get them wet while I figure out where I'm going to plant them. And then once I prepare my planting site, I'm just going to put these right in the ground. Take care.